It has been a well-loved fixture on Canadian television screens for years. One of Body Break's co-hosts, Hal Johnson, has revealed, though, it was actually started because of his experiences with racism. Before he joins me now, let's listen to just some of Hal's story, which he is sharing online.
It happened back in April of 1988, and I wanted to be a sports reporter, and I went to TSN, and they were very open to see me. I went in and submitted my tape. They loved it, and I got hired by Jack Hutchison at 11 o'clock in the morning, and he was very enthusiastic about me joining TSN. At 2 o'clock that afternoon, I got a phone call, and he said, sorry, but the higher-ups said because I'm black and they already had Mark Jones, who's now with ESPN, has been there for many years, because they already have a black reporter, they don't want to have two black reporters.
Wow, so Hal Johnson is joining me now. Hal, great to have you on the show. It's good to talk to you.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you again, Lindsey.
Yeah, you as well. Okay, so walk me through the moment that you went, okay, now's the time that I'm going to share my story.
Well, it really, when all this happened with George Floyd, people started to reach out to me. A lot of white friends of mine started to reach out to me, and we were talking, and they were asking me, what should I say? What should I do? They were asking, and I was saying that to myself as well. I feel like I had to do something. I wanted to do something, and I didn't know what to do. And so I just kind of waited and let it ferment a little bit until one day I said, I thought, why don't I tell how Body Break got started, really why we started Body Break. It was really telling Canadians the story that they didn't really know. They thought Body Break was a fitness and health show to get Canadians healthy. That certainly was one part of it. But the other part, and the major reason that Joanne and I started the show, was to show that all Canadians can be together. It doesn't matter what your skin is. Doesn't matter what your ethnicity, or if you have a disability. We can all live, work, and play together. So that was the catalyst for doing the show. And what we felt over the years, we never really talk about it. We show it by example. So you'll see a person doing sign language in a restaurant if we're doing a restaurant scene. And that's not by accident. So that somebody who's hearing impaired will see themselves, or see somebody who might be South Asian, they'll be in the shot, not by accident, because we wanted to be representative. And again, you're thinking back 32 years, you didn't see this kind of thing on television. So we didn't want to really tell people, we wanted to show people so that the young people would grow up with something like, oh, that's normal, and just seeing different races and ethnicities on television.
It is fascinating now knowing your story about your choice to combat racism through this series by not directly referencing it and just showing life. I wonder about the emotional response to this video that you've shared, this story that you've shared, your story that you've shared. What sort of response have you seen from people in the last couple of days?
It's just overwhelming. I mean, Joanne was mentioning to me yesterday, Joanne's not here, otherwise she'd be right here with me. But Joanne mentioned she was reading all of the YouTube comments, and really she got emotional by it, because people were so pouring out their hearts to us about how Body Break impacted them growing up, whether they were white or a person of color or person with a disability. Joanne said she got very emotional thinking about that, and then thinking about that time when things happened to us that through the journey of 32 years. We've always felt that there's a couple of ways you can attack, or you can protest, or you can make your statement, or you can make change. Our feeling is that if you can give people a little bit of medicine at a time, that they don't even know they're taking that medicine, you'll cure them. And so that was kind of our kind of thought, is that we're giving the Canadian public an example, and we're not pushing it down their throats. We're just part of the landscape. And hopefully over the last 32 years, people have taken the medicine, and hopefully we've made things just a little bit better.
Hal, I want to read our viewers a little bit of the apology issued yesterday by TSN. And I'm going to read a little bit of that now. We apologize to Hal Johnson for the racism he experienced at TSN beginning in 1988, a shameful part of our past, and thank him for sharing his story as a reminder of the impact of racism in Canadian media that continues today. We recognize that even 30 years later, there's still much work to do to improve our commitment to on-air and editorial diversity. What did you think of that apology?
I really didn't need an apology. It wasn't something that I was looking for. Sorry, I guess the phone's ringing.
This is what happens. Yeah, we're doing all these remotes, I know.
But I guess, no, there we go. I think it was a duck cleaning service for
It's starting up again, Hal. It's starting up again. Yeah, what did you think? What did you think?
Well, I really didn't need an apology. I've never felt like a victim. I've never wanted one. I thought that, at that point in time, you get knocked down, you just get up. And that's kind of, I didn't really feel that, and nor did Joanne. We never felt that we needed an apology from TSN because, we kind of look at it the other end, trying to optimistically, things turned out pretty good. So we're still happy. I'd have loved to have been a sports reporter, would have had a lot of fun. I'm a real sports guy, but everything's okay.
Well, you've made a huge impact on my life, obviously a big part of my growing up. And, every time I have seen you, I've said, I'm such a big fan, as is everybody in this studio. So thanks for chatting with us today, Hal. Give our best to Joanne as well. All right, thank you.
Thanks, Lindsey. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.